Hello, all my fabulous Aquarian friends. As an Aquarian, I know that you ask yourself frequently, am I crazy or is the world crazy? When you do that, just stop and look around you. It's not you. Ah, I want to tell you, one of my favorite country songs is by Billy Currington. And whenever I used to hear it, I think of Aquarians saying this. The tagline is, or the refrain is, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. And Aquarians know it. So uh, you are unique on this planet. So I've got your forecast here, and it's quite lovely. I want to share it with you, but first, I want to remind you about two books that I've written that people have asked me about because they want to study astrology. They want to get a little deeper into it, and they know it's a complex study, and they want it simplified. Okay, here's the first astrology book I ever wrote. It's called Now That I've Cast It, What Do I Do with It? And it was what my students would ask me after I had spent weeks teaching them how to cast the horoscope, because this is before computers. I started studying astrology in 1966. By 1968, I was teaching it. So started with the math to eliminate the sincere from the insincere. And then my students would say, all right, now that I've made it through the math part, now what? And so I wrote this book to help you uh, get in touch with and release your inner astrologer. This book is designed to help you think, not memorize. Okay. My most recent book, and by recent, I mean just a few weeks recent, is Hidden Messages in Your Birth Chart. It's an update of a book that I wrote years ago that was published by the American Federation of Astrologers called Hidden Messages. This book helps you see and understand astrologically the verbal and nonverbal messages that you received as a child that programmed you, that neural pathway. And these amazing messages are visible in our birth chart. Astrology is an amazing subject. So I've simplified it and I present it to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Again, Amazon. All right, now let's look at your forecast for August. Well, let's start with the sun, shall we? The center of our solar system, the sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life. It starts off in the seventh house of relationships. So imagine this is a story. You are involved with someone and you really like them, and then you become involved financially because the eighth house is joint finances. Or you meet somebody and you really love them, and then you turn into a psychic detective trying to figure out all the little things about them. Or your ego is transformed because the eighth house is transformation and the sun is the ego. And so you are undergoing a change as a result of having met somebody special. You might say, well, what about if I do that all the time? Well, I would say you're a very advanced soul. So the center of our life is where the sun is. It's been in relationships, whether personal or business. On the 22nd, the sun moves into the eighth house of transformation, transmutation, joint finances, secrets. Secrets. Eighth house is secrets. And it is the psychic arena. Very often, we use our eighth house very mundanely, as in mutual financial, mutually beneficial financial projects. And that's really good too, because on the 22nd, the sun moves into your eighth house, and maybe your stocks will go up. Maybe your holdings will increase, will improve, and your ego will undergo a transformation on some level. We don't know which. I certainly don't know which level, how many levels, I have no idea. But it's an opportunity to rethink family secrets, because the eighth house is secrets, and your own secrets, what is hidden from you. And so you might ask your shadow to please show you what is hidden, what is holding you back from having what you'd like. And when you ask that, you will be shown, which is amazing. All right, that's the sun. Mercury, the blue planet, is what we think about and talk about. It has been in your seventh house, talking to everybody, for the past few weeks, and it will stay in your seventh house till the 11th of August, when it moves into the eighth house, okay? Um, and actually, it gets there before the sun. It's kind of the harbinger. It clears a path. And your thinking undergoes a transformation when it is in the eighth house. This is really cool. And you bring new ideas to the money table when it comes to mutual funds and IRAs and just mutual investments. And then on the 30th, Mercury moves into your ninth house. And you're no longer the psychic investigator that you were when the planets were in the eighth house. The sky is clear, you see the far horizon, and you've got the big picture. Love it. Venus, the pink planet, is in your eighth house. It has been there. And so your love nature has been undergoing a change. This can, because Venus is the lesser benefic, this can bring money in joint financial projects. On the 16th, Venus moves into your ninth house, and your whole concept of love and beauty expands. Are you an artist? Do you like to travel with your art? Perfect. There it is. And so you love higher education. You see a bigger picture. You're no longer held down by the nitty gritty with Mercury and Venus in that gorgeous ninth house. Mars, wow. Planet of war, planet of energy. Wherever Mars is, that's what you'll fight with and fight for. Now, in the eighth house, remember, anything in the eighth house undergoes a transformation. If you have natal planets in your eighth house, you have been transforming your whole entire life. You are not the person you were when you were a kid. I don't care what anybody says. You have advanced. Okay. Mars is what you fight with and fight for. You fight for your right to get to the bottom of things. You fight for the right to be secretive. And your anger will undergo a transformation because it's in the eighth house of transformation. Isn't this cool? And it's going to be in the eighth house the whole month of August. So you're going to be working through hidden anger as well. This is really great. I love it. I really do. Okay, now, new moon. That's when things start moving forward. Well, on the 8th, we have a new moon in 16 of Leo in your solar 7th house of partnership. This can reopen an old relationship, or it can bring new people into your life. Look for 16 Leo in your birth chart and combine what you see there with your solar chart. 2 weeks after the new moon, we've got a full moon, August 22nd, and it's in 29 degrees of Aquarius, 37 minutes, just a few minutes from Pisces. So it's sitting right on this second cusp of money. And this means that if you help other people create their monies, that full moon is going to bless you with yours. And that's all she wrote. So now, don't you love your forecast? I love your forecast. So I hope you've enjoyed our session together. And I hope you'll join me again next month when once again I read your forecast to you. Till then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now, dear friends.